Hey! Hi everyone, it's Zyly the Fox, and welcome to a brand new video. Let's get started with something that I really wanted to do this year, and that was setting up the Christmas tree. But in pursuit, I just wanted to give this a little twist, if you know what I mean. As you can see here, I prepared 6 items of decoration actually represent 6 friends that are no longer here anymore. Either because they moved out of Argentina or because they are no longer furries. So I wanted to reinvent that, and I decided to give this little thingy some messages so they are below. So I'll pick one and I place it in the Christmas tree, and after that I read the message that is below because they have little messages there. I'll be putting the decoration in the tree and tell a story about what I learned about being a furry this last year. This is one of the best ways of being a teacher: creativity and how to implement a lesson in something interesting. Yay! Let's get started. No shaming poodling. I'm so sorry, Anthrocon. So there you go. You get the beautiful tree down here. I hope it looks beautiful. A lesson from my mother is all the Christmas tree has to be in harmony. So that's why I've got the same color for the decorations, and for the ones that are not, I've got little reindeer. So let me tell you that Christmas for me is one of the most jolly celebrations, I would say. Why? Because it reunited my whole family together. And that's why I decided to make this whole video to just let you know about 2 important things. One, that Christmas is a family celebration. Secondly, Christmas is a season where not the whole world is covered in snow. So if you see here, well, I doubt you see it, but here in Argentina, we are at 31 degrees. That's 91 Fahrenheit, I guess. So yeah, I am clearly burning inside of my fursuit. So I guess it's time to start with something interesting. I'm gonna pick this little reindeer here and I will put it right here. And the little paper says the following: something you would change for your future videos. This is something that no one knows because, I mean, you've been following the channel for, I guess, this year. But I took a hiatus. I started this YouTube thingy in 2021. And what was that? I have an issue with self-esteem. And at the time, I had a partner who also did content creation. The thing is that that little person there was not very encouraging us to, doing content. He said that YouTube was a dying industry, that I should do other platforms. But at the time, I didn't want to engage in doing something different. I just like talking to the camera offline. I just like to talk offline without the pressure of being live. And I guess YouTube is one of those amazing platforms where I can upload my thingies, my thoughts, and share with a bunch of guys who are awesome like you all. Why would I change about that? Well, being more self-confident and also changing the format sometimes, like trying to educate through the content. That's something I love doing. Why? For those of you who don't know, I'm a teacher. And being a teacher also requires that not only you add creativity to your life, but you also try to teach what you know. Just because you want to be philanthropic. So if I were to change something in my channel, it would be that. Just making things a little bit more loose and just taking my life with a bit of a pinch of salt, and I think I did that with the video of dating in the furry fandom. If you don't know the dirty details of that video, it was just me ranting about a very bad person who wanted to date me, and well, spoiler alert, something bad happened with that person. Well, not bad. He was cheating on me the whole time. That's why he didn't want me to talk openly about our relationship. But hey, that's something for a different video, not today. But yeah, I would love to change my format in the future. I just want to be more open about my YouTube channel, and I just want to make content that educates but in a funny way. This is actually a funny way, setting up the Christmas tree and at the same time teach about life. Alright, little fox. This little fox says something. Oh, and an interesting fact about my community. Got you, baby. Something interesting about my community is that they are from all walks of life. The fact that I talk to people from all over the world allows me to cover topics in a more general way. And that means that sometimes I can indulge in omitting details that are too obvious, because they already know what I'm talking about. The thing is, when you do something that people like, you just create a better and a good, faithful community that follows your videos, that follows your life, and in a way help you grow. And that is something that I will be forever grateful about this community. In a way, being able to communicate gives you power. Power for good or for bad. I chose to be a good person. How about you? Something also that I love about my community is the fact that, you get to see the reactions to your videos, you get to see what they do with the lessons that you teach them, and in a way that makes you feel incredibly satisfied. Because I'm going back to my roots. Whenever I feel a student actually passes a very difficult test or they overcome a very, very traumatic lesson, well, there's a teacher behind that, and that's something I am very, very glad about. And I believe that that is also seen in my YouTube channel. So in a way, I'm making content, I'm having fun, I'm showing the world my voice and my opinions, and on top of that, the icing of the cake, that I'm helping someone like you. Another reindeer. Nice. Something positive that you achieved as a content creator. Wow. Well, speaking of redundancy, something positive that I achieved as a content creator is encouraging others to speak up. We live in a world of rambunctious, short-term content creation. And that's funny. When you're on bed, what do? You open TikTok, you open Instagram, you just watch short reels that, in a way, they seek to entertain you. Sometimes those videos are a negative influence. They encourage you to do things that are not that beautiful. There are other YouTubers that I follow that they make great content, they inspire me, and someday I can help another person like I was back in 2021 become a content creator. It's a tough work, you have lots of dedication, you have to be fully committed to it, but it gives you a great satisfaction when someone comes and says, hey, I love the video you made on this topic. It helped me navigate in this problem and I was successful at doing it. Guys, that's outstanding. That's one of the marvels of being a YouTuber and also a teacher, because that happens in the classroom as well. I'm gonna open the new bowl that I have here. In we go. Woo! And the second one. Okay, let's go with this little bear. And this little bear says, someone that changed your life for the better. Oh, I know the answer. That must be my friend Kazon. My friend Kazon arrived in a very, very poor time of my life. I was just recovering from the breakup with my ex, from the one that you guys know and I don't want to talk about anyways. And he knew the story. He actually knew and predicted in a way what was gonna happen. But something good and something beautiful that I know and I have seen in this friendship is that he was right by my side when no one else would. And now that I'm finally fine and better off with my life, many people are coming to my life. But he was in the very, very bad point of my life. So I would say that he was actually one of the most important and influential people in my life. Something that I will be grateful for the rest of my days. He even gets to wear my fursuit, not this one, but my old one. So yeah, something beautiful that you guys don't know about my private life, but I have very good friends and I'm glad for that. So thank you guys, and I hope we can be friends for the rest of our lives. Yay! Something beautiful about this that I was commenting to Petruchus, one of my patrons and also friends, is that back in Soviet times, because he's Russian, during Yolka, which is the celebration they got for Christmas, the Soviet Union was kind of poor. And they didn't have the materials to decorate their Christmas tree. So what they would do is that they would put candy. So it's basically what inspired this video, just the more you know. I don't know, it's beautiful. I'm not adding candy, but I am adding some meaningful stories that I love. Let's get the little thought. There we go. Something you didn't know you were going to do. Oh, okay. Something I didn't know I was going to do was to actually travel to my first furry convention. So I'm a very socially awkward person. Underneath this fursuit, this mask actually helped me become the person I am today. I got scared very easily, and traveling was a big no-no. Why? Because I would do that with my parents. Now that my parents are not around anymore, I just didn't feel that traveling was my cup of tea. But given it a second thought, hadn't I done that trip, I would have never been able to meet amazing people like the whole Brazilian community, that they are very, very open-minded, and I dare say that they are one of the best communities I ever met. And also I got to know characters that I didn't know I was going to meet. For example, Pepe Coyote, because he was one of the sources of inspiration for me as a content creator. And in fact, Furry Music's accompanied for most of my most difficult times in university, for example. Because there is no send your in to show you mean horse, of course, grab the balls and put them on your tree. So yeah, talking about that, I hope I can make more trips in the future. I will be attending Brazil Fest once again next year. I actually will be supporting the convention. I bought a very expensive ticket for the sake of helping them, because I love communities that help themselves. I'm adding these little bows that I really love. I remember when I saw this once, I decided I need to buy these, because my mother used to put these on our family tree and it was very beautiful. So the tree is coming out really nice. Last one, and it's this little bear. Something negative you left in the sand. There are videos that I made in this channel that were inspired by my most traumatic experiences in this community. And when I say traumatic, it's not really traumatic. I've really got to admit that sometimes I exaggerate and I tend to go, crazy about it. But it's not that traumatic. But these people, like the dude I was going to talk about, actually are special cases. A while ago I posted a video on the problem of dating furries. I'm going to monetize what you did, because I need to pay for my therapy. So this dude, who didn't want to be seen with me because his friends didn't like it, was actually cheating on me. So I found out, I think it was in the last Furry that I attended, was from the moment I posted this video 2 weeks ago. The dude invited me over to his house. We spent a very beautiful weekend together, like two boyfriends. I met his family. It was amazing. And that same day, he had a party. It was a raid party here in Argentina, which I was not attending because, yeah, you guessed it, I don't like partying. Zyly, why are you such a cranky old dude? I don't know. Thing is that this guy was attending that party. And he likes also creating content which really looks like mine. He recorded a vlog of that party, and after the party, he went home to one of my neighbors. Because yes, my neighborhood is full of furries. And I found out. So the thing is that I decided to just say bye-bye. Something that I wouldn't have done a year ago or so, I guess. But it shows that I grew up, and I'm proud of that. I am sure that you didn't know I was going to find out, but hey, I did. It makes me think about two important things. One, how shallow some relationships can be, especially if they deny your existence, which is something I would really like to talk about in a video, about the micro-violences of this community, acknowledging the existence of the other, which is something that generally doesn't happen in this fandom, and also that relationships, which promise you the best things in life, there are high chances that you're being cheated on. But let me tell you, the worst thing that can happen to you in a relationship, actually being cheated on, is the least harmful of things. Believe me when I say that. There's manipulation, there is micro-violences, there is even physical violence. God forbid that happens to you. But being cheated on, that's the playground, unfortunately. And a message for you, if you're watching. Cheating is bad. You hurt the people who love you. And if you're going to cheat, don't do it first. But if you're going to cheat, do it outside the fandom. This fandom is very small. Don't be such a dummy. Now anyways, the moment is here to just put the star. But first of all, let me show you the star of this country. Messi. I'm gonna put Messi on my tree. Yeah, baby. The legend lives on. Tinsel! The tinsel is the best part of the tree. It makes it look amazing. There you go. So the tradition is that, as I said at the beginning, that you always add something new to your tree. That beautiful thing that I bought was the star. Let's renew the energies of this house and make it bigger with this amazing star. As you can see there in the tree, you will see that the tinsel is dancing. And that's because the air conditioner is doing his job. Look at this star. I will be the star of this house. Oh my gosh, it's so big now. Well, I'm gonna find a solution to that off camera. Yes! Well guys, I hope you liked today's video. Let me put on my pause to say goodbye to you. The fairy lights and the rest of the decoration is going to be set out of camera because I want to give it a little detail. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, comment what you enjoyed the most and tell me about your Christmas stories, because that's outstanding. I mean, it's great to have very beautiful stories. If you want to, you can share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel because that's how you help me grow. Well, I hope you liked today's video and see you all in the next one. Meow!